Hello, this is Dan from Lighted Pinball Mods. I'm going to explain how to install side rails or armor on a Stern Pinball machine. As mods go, this is one of the easier installs that you can do. Now, we make aftermarket rails. We'll have rails like this proton beam that are very similar to Stern's originals, but we also make our own design, and they're available in black wrinkle coat as well as bare metal. So if you're buying bare metal, they'll be shrink wrapped. You don't have to worry about them. Now, to install is very easy. There's only 4 points on the rail. There's a bolt here, screw here, and these are Phillips, and there's a bolt here. I've already removed the glass. That's the first thing you'd want to do, store it in a safe place. Remove the lockdown bar. Now I prefer to take off the 2 end bolts first and then do the screws last because you have better control over that. Also, that's the way I recommend reinstalling, is put the screws in, not all the way tight, put them in, and then put your end ones on. Now, of course, everything we're going to do on this side, you would do on that side also. Now, this area is what you're wanting to protect. This area is one of the parts of the pinball machine that get the most amount of wear from your oils, from your fingers, fingernails, and jewelry. Can all damage that area. Now, to install, you're just going to want to lift up your play field. Just use a 7/16 ratchet, and there's a nut right here that we will undo. Now I've kind of loosened it up already, so you can just take that off. Now, this bolt is ribbed, and it's not going to come out too easy. So if you have a hammer, you just might want to do a little tap, a very small tap. You can probably come in the side and just tap it, and it'll pop out a little bit, and then it'll just roll out. Now, of course, do that on both sides, and then put the plate field down. Now, on this nut, you can see it, but it's actually behind the hinges. And by the way, we do make matching laser cut hinges, so if you want matching hinges for your rails, we offer them black powder coat as well as bare metal if you want it powder coated yourself. You're going to want to unhook the back box and lower the back box. Now I have a pull noodle on here. I like pull noodles because they just cut them, and you can set that down. And now you can get to the bolt. That's a 7/16. Just change, and you can reach in here with the ratchet and loosen that up, and then this one will just pull right out. Again, do that on both sides. And then lift your playfield back up. Now, there's 2 screws with a Phillips head screwdriver. You can just easily remove them. Again, I like to do these last because when you get to the last one, you have a good grip on the center of the rail, and you can pull the screw out, and then the rail just lifts right off. Now, on our rails, these 4 holes on all Stern games are in exactly the same location. So just lay your rail in place, and then I would tighten the screw. Again, you do this on both sides. I would tighten this screw up just most of the way. I would get the next screw and just tighten that up. Now I wouldn't tighten those down all the way, so there's a little bit of play in the rail if you need it. Now all of our rails are laser cut. These are with graphics in the back. Stern's kind of moved towards a painted system, which is kind of unfortunate because if you want to powder coat your game in a special color, if you want to use their rails, you can't do it. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Iron Maiden, Metallica Remastered. That's just painted graphics. Now we will have something similar to those that you can use. So I drop the play field down. And, now the bolts are two different sizes. The smaller one goes in front. Just slide that in. And lift up your play field, or lift up your head, and lift up your play field. Then this one will slide back in. Now again, this might need a little tap. And then put your screws back on. Put those nice and tight on there using a ratchet, and then you can come up here and you're going to want to use a ratchet to finish that off. And then once those two are nice and tight, then go back to the screws and tighten them up. Now those 4 holes are exactly the same. Now there's a 5th hole here. You're going to reuse the hardware that came with your original rail to install these. We'll give you a screw for this 5th hole. This 5th hole is in the same place as is on a Stern rail. Now if you're going to install this screw, I would suggest probably getting about a 1/16 of an inch drill to do a little pilot hole, but you would just tighten up that screw and your play field, this area will be protected. As I said, it's a very easy installation, only takes about 10 minutes. Do it on both sides. Make sure you go back, tighten up everything, and you're done. Thank you.